Hey guys, this is Cynic coming to you with another video. This time I'm going to talk about Marvel Strike Force, which is a wonderful mobile game that if you haven't downloaded, you should. And you should be playing it, especially if you're a Marvel fan like I am. I was playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, but then realized that game got stale really quickly. I've been playing that game for about 3-4 years now. And the lack of content has really gotten to a point where I was dissatisfied with the game, and I think a lot of the community voiced the same type of opinion. They try to revamp the game a little bit. They try to launch the Galactic Challenges recently, and that did not meet the expectations I think that some people had about the game. So, for the lack of a better word, I've migrated over to Marvel Strike Force, and I've been playing it for about 63 days straight. So I guess you could say I am a beginner in the game, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit. I did download the game a couple of years ago, I think, when it first popped up on the store. However, I got bored with it because my priority was Star Wars. And since I got bored with Star Wars now, I went back to this game, which surprisingly I'm having a lot of fun with, and now I'm very bored with Star Wars. It's a full circle thing. So I recommend you download it, play it, enjoy it. But the reason for this video is, since I'm a beginner player, I want to give you a small guide or a path concerning which squad you should train up first. So let's get right into the game and take a look at what we should focus on. Not we, you. That's what I mean. It is what I focus on. So if you want to focus on it, you're welcome to. If you want to focus on another squad, if you want to focus on the favorite heroes that you have, do that. I don't care. This is just a suggestion. So take it if you'd like it. Use it if you'd like it, but I think it's a good one because it's going to unlock a legendary character, and it's going to help you ascend in the game in terms of power and getting other characters, because this is a very viable squad, and it is the Guardians of the Galaxy. So let's talk a little bit about the squad. The first guy that you're going to have in the squad is Drax. Now, Drax isn't necessarily, I think he's not farmable, but you can get him at the arena store. He does become available every so often, so you can get that. So make sure you don't spend that currency too much, and only spend it when he pops up if you're still trying to unlock him or get him to a higher level or a higher tier. Or I mean star, not tier, excuse me. Tiers are for gears. Poetic words there. Of course, if you're going to whale, you can. $30, you get yourself 150 character shards. You're going to unlock him and get into 2 stars, I believe, right away. So that's a choice that you may have there. He's going to be your main tank for the squad. He's immediately going to start, depending on how high you have his ability. Here I have him at level 5 for most of his abilities. When you start the match, he's going to be taunting automatically, so the focus is going to be on him from the opposing team. So make sure you have him tiered up pretty high and you have him geared up pretty high so he can defend himself in last, because if he's a tank and he's taunting and he gets killed really quickly, what's the point? They're going to go through him and then the rest of the team very quickly as well. So he's the main guy as far as being the brick wall that the opposing team will have to run through to get to the other characters. So because he's taunting, if the character that's going to hit him has a chain ability where he can go to the character next to him, make sure you have a character within the same squad that can last as well and it's not easily killed next to him. Because if so, you're going to lose him very quickly. So I don't recommend you put Gamora or Rocket next to him. I recommend that you put either Mantis because she's a healer, or you put Groot in there because he's a healer as well and he lasts a little bit longer out of the other characters. Mantis, of course, now talking about her since we mentioned her, she's the healer of the squad. She's got a great ability. The empathy ability is going to heal the entire squad. The soothe ability, what that's going to do is that's going to drain her own energy to the lowest health character in your team during that match, and that's going to help out quite a bit, especially if you're pressed for a specific opponent and you don't want to lose Rocket or Gamora, and especially Rocket because he's one of the best attackers in the squad, or in my opinion the best attacker in the squad. If you don't want to lose him, you can give him energy in the last minute if the ability is enabled or available for you to use. She's good for that. I would level her up to about 5 stars. Actually, get all these to 5 stars so you can go through the legendary event to unlock Star-Lord. Tier 10 is where I'm leaving them at right now. I will still gear them up a little bit if I can, if it doesn't divert resources away from my Sinister Six squad, which is the second squad I want to work on, and I think you should get to after Guardians, especially now because they're releasing new characters like Doc Ock and Electro, which I think are going to synergize with Sinister Six, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, Mantis is the next up, and you can farm her, I believe. Don't quote me on it. No, you can't farm her, but you can get her at blitz supplies. So again, it's one of those things. Don't spend your money that you accumulate for these different supply stores on other characters if your main goal is to focus on the squad so you can unlock Star-Lord and get him as a legendary character and move up in the game quicker. You want to strategize. You don't want to just go willy-nilly and focus on whomever you want. I did that in the beginning, and it got me nowhere. I did that in the beginning of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It got me nowhere. You have to use the characters to synergize with one another. Of course, there are some characters that can be singled out because it can be inserted in many teams and synergize with them. But anyway, with her, you can also purchase 150 shards of her character for $29.99 if you're looking to whale harder. But if you're not looking to whale, then you're going to have to buy her shards slowly and hope to unlock her in time for the event when it rolls around, whenever that is. I think the next time it's going to cycle through, it's going to be in October of this year. So yeah, Gamora is going to be an attacker for the team. She's pretty good with her ultimate ability, which is the Flying Slash. Her Assassin Strike, I believe, has a chain ability where she can attack someone else, or is it... no, Ruthless Blade, excuse me. That's going to allow her to chain 1 to 2 adjacent targets, which is pretty good. Problem with her is that she's easily defeated. She's very mushy and very noodly. So you want to tier her up, but I don't think she's very viable later on in the game. So I'm not going to focus on her too much. I'll get her to tier 10, and I'm probably going to keep her there, and hopefully that'll be enough to get the character unlock in the legendary event. But yeah, so don't keep her next to Drax, because you're probably going to lose her very quickly. She's easily defeated from my experience. Rocket, what can you say about Rocket that hasn't already been said? I haven't said much anyway, so I guess there's a lot to say about him. He's a great attacker. His ultimate ability is amazing. The maximum damage is awesome. The animation is amazing, fantastic to see his little face smiling in enjoyment and entertainment as he's killing and shooting everybody on the opposing side. It's really, truly funny to watch. His rocket rifle is a great ability. Lots of power behind that. Pretty good plan is also good, because in pretty good plan what he does is he'll fire on the opponent, and I believe Groot will always, for the most part, well, always for the most part, that's redundant, will always assist and hit the opponent which was hit by Rocket. So they synergize really well with one another. As a matter of fact, the ultimate ability where he goes and shoots everybody on the opposing side, which is this one here, he's going to actually, the animation is going to be, he's going to jump on top of Groot and shoot everybody. It's really cool. So I suggest if you see that ability coming on and you click on it, make sure you put it on 1 speed if you haven't seen it yet, so you can enjoy the full animation in its full glory. So yeah, oh, and by the way, you can't farm him. He's the most difficult guy to farm in this entire squad. So I recommend you either buy him if you find him, or you have to get him in the Elite Supply store, or here in this store as well. He does sometimes show up. I think it's the Raid store, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he'll show up here sometimes. It's very rare. So that's why I, once again, want to emphasize that you don't want to spend too much of this cash of these units for the Raid store. You want to save them up, so when he does show up, you can get his shards and work your way up with him. I still have him at 3 stars, as you saw him there, which is a problem because I need him at 5 to be able to use him in the event in the different levels. So hopefully I'll be able to get him before October, and that's the goal there. And then coming to Groot, he's also an essential component of the squad because he's a healer as well. So Overgrowth is going to be, or excuse me, Life Spores is where he's going to heal everybody, which is his 3rd ability in the entire squad. Or is it? Or is that the Death Proof? Yeah, that's the healing, excuse me. See, I'm a noob. So you see that I don't know everything yet 100%. But Death Proof is this ability here, Overgrowth, where if you have all your characters that are low level, if you grant everybody Death Proof, which is what he does in the squad, everybody will last a little bit longer, about 2-3 turns without dying, which is essential. And that might just buy you enough time to get a heal from Mantis, or get him to heal his ability, his Life Spores ability to be enabled again, so you can heal the team up before they die. So it's a pretty clutch ability. He's a great character to have. So you can farm him, actually. I think out of these guys, he's the one that's the easiest to farm. You can get him on the Nexus. And that's what I've been doing. I haven't bought him. I haven't done anything with regard to paying for his character. I've been pretty much going through this entire time just to get his character shards. I don't know if I'll get him to the next star level again. This is a good one to keep him at tier 10 and level 5 with regard to the stars. But one thing I must tell you guys is that I bought the starting pack for him. So, or for the whole entire Guardian squad. So I did spend the $30 to get 100 character shards for each one of these guys. So I had a base to start from. I did spend the money. If you don't want to spend the money, if you want to be free to play, good luck. The grind is real, but that, you know, that goes with the territory. That goes with any of these mobile games lately. Anyway, you have to pay to play essentially. There is a paywall. What are you going to do? Hence the term whale, right? But you can be a dolphin, a little tiny fish, and a little goldfish, and spend just a little bit if you want. Just have a little bit more fun, just to give you that little extra push that you may need to get to the next level. I don't know. Let's get into a match here so you can see what they look like in action. Let's get into a blitz match here so you can see exactly how they work. So placement wise, since Drax is going to be taunting, like I said, if the opposing side has a chain ability, which means they can attack the character next to your taunting character, you don't want to put somebody who is very easily defeated. So I have Raccoon here, and to get to Drax I have to go through Raccoon. So ideally you want to take him out of there and reorganize this whole entire thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put Groot in the middle. I'm going to put Drax in the back here. Then I'm going to put Gamora on the other side. I'm going to put Mantis here because she's a healer. So even though she takes hits, she can heal herself and the team as well. So she'll last a little bit longer than Rocket would. So I'll keep Rocket on the other side next to Groot. That's the order I usually keep them in. If you have another recommendation or a different idea, feel free to comment that in the channel. Like I said, I'm a noob in the game, but yeah, so you're free to comment on it if you'd like. Okay, so getting into the match here, what you're going to do is you're going to immediately see that Drax is going to taunt, so he's your tank there. So if the opposing side has the ability to chain, they're going to go through either Mantis first before they get to Drax, or go to Drax first, excuse me, and then go to Mantis. So which is a good thing because Mantis is a healer, so no big deal there. First, you're always going to go for the taunting, the guy who's going to taunt on the opposing side. In this case here, this is an easy match. The opposing side is going to be, the taunt is going to come from Crossbones there. So he's the one we want to work on. Now, the second ability here from Raccoon, as I said, is going to allow Groot to come in and assist. It's a pretty heavy hitting attack, 260% damage. And Groot will come through and also be that clutch hit. Watch this. There you go. See how low that got? And then sometimes Drax will also assist, which means you're going to get 3 hits for 1, which is essential if you want to defeat somebody right away out of the gate to help you with the battle itself. So then we're going to see here what it looks like when you apply the stunning ability. I believe this might get Crossbones defeated. I don't know. Yes, it did. Okay. She's not very good. She's not an attacker. She's mainly a healer. So the stunning, it's okay. It's not too bad, but it's not going to help out much. So you want to focus on the healing ability from Mantis. So now we're going to work on Punisher. We'll have Groot come in here with his basic ability and hit him in the face with his branches, which cannot feel good. Then what we'll do is we're going to use the main, the ultimate attack from Gamora, which is a third ability. She's going to attack a primary target for 370% damage, which is quite a bit. Let's go and see what that's going to look like. There you go, critical hit. 1 shot, 1 kill on Punisher. Let's go work on Wolverine. Now we're going to do the chaining ability where she's going to hit the primary target for 190% damage, chain 1 to 2 adjacent targets for 150% damage. And let's check that out. So you see she chained Wolverine and Bullseye in the same play. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call a taunt for Drax, which means that the opposing side will have to go through Drax before they can go through anybody else until he runs out of taunting. So now let's use the basic ability on Bullseye and get him out of here, which is going to attack the primary target for 140% damage, plus 10% critical chance, and it's going to have an effect on the adjacent targets for 100% damage, which is pretty good. So let's see what that does. There you go, big hit. And now what we're going to do here, just to demonstrate, here is the second ability from Mantis, which is a heal to the entire squad. There you go, it's a great ability, and it functions really well in Raids, which is a different game mode for Marvel Strike Force. So there you go, we got him out with the basic ability. Let's go ahead and hit Wolverine with the basic ability. And here we go, folks. This is what I talked about. Look how entertaining that is and how beautiful this animation is. I'll let you enjoy it in its full glory. Awesome. So that'll clear up a squad pretty quickly depending on how much power you got for that rocket of yours. Anyway, we don't have to heal anybody, but just to show you and demonstrate what the third ability looks like, she's going to redistribute her health between self and the lowest health ally evenly, and heal self and that ally for 1500 points. So let's see. Let's just give that to Gamora. She'll drain a little bit and give it to Gamora. And then let's go ahead and kill Stitcher. Boom. Knife to the face. Basic ability from Drax. And finally, basic ability from Gamora is going to destroy him. And there you go. Beautiful animation. Way, way better than the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. I'm sad to say because I love Star Wars, and I might be a bigger Star Wars fan than I am Marvel, but nevertheless, this is much better. So yeah, that's what you got to do, at least at the beginning of the game. I would suggest you get Guardians. That's going to be your best bet for this game to start off with. So that's it, that's a recommendation. If you want to check me out, I'll be streaming Marvel Strike Force on Twitch on Tuesday nights and Sunday nights around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or earlier or later, depending on how flexible my schedule is. I also stream Star Citizen, which is done on Saturday nights and Friday nights, depending as well on my schedule. Around 10 p.m. on Eastern on Fridays, and around 8 o'clock p.m., 8:30 p.m. on Saturdays, or maybe a little bit earlier. But anyway, that's it. Thanks a lot, guys. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave your comment, give me some feedback, let me know what you want to hear, what you want to see, or what you want to learn about this game, and I'll be glad to research it and talk about it. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you all next time. I'm Mighty 5000.